Welcome to Use and Views. I'm Scott.
I'm Kim.
I'm Nicole.
And it is Tuesday evening, and tonight we are on episode 190.
Yes.
And what are we talking about?
Eddie and the Cruisers, the movie and the soundtrack. Yes.
Oh, you mean that soundtrack?
Yeah.
Hang it upside down, Scott. That usually works. Trying to get through all the stuff here. Yep, we're going to talk about Eddie and the Cruisers. Of course, found some interesting information about the albums we have, but we'll save that for later.
Yes, we will when we get into the soundtrack.
When we get into everything.
Yeah. When we get into everything. It's going to be a fun night.
It'll be a great night. How's everybody's week?
I'm so happy it was not a very busy week at work.
Boy, ain't you lucky.
Yeah, I'm real lucky. I'm getting lucky.
Oh, okay. We'll save that for Saturday night.
No, I ain't that type of lucky.
Okay, again.
No,
wow, we're getting a jump start to Saturday.
She's lucky because she's able to actually just play. She's now realizing what it's like to be a gamer, and you get into a game that you like really well, and then you can't stop playing it.
Nope, I cannot.
And then I get to the same thing going, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go bed here. I'm gonna go ahead bed here an hour, and then I'll sleep 4 hours later. Like, where the hell did the time go?
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh, we got okay. Kim, who's in the chat? Here we go.
Ubaldo, Spencer.
Hold it.
She did it. She did it. Ubaldo, aren't you so proud of her?
My God.
Spencer's in there. Kenny's in there. And then, of course, Nicole's in there.
Well,
and Isaac's in there.
Hey, and Kim's in there too.
Yeah, and I'm in there. So
those are our variants, technically. Yeah. We're going variants versus clones. We'll leave that for Camry.
Yeah, right. So, Kim,
get your motor running.
What have you been playing video game wise?
Dreamlight Valley.
Why don't you say the proper name?
Disney's Dreamlight Valley on the Switch.
You can see how happy she is.
And I've been up till 5 o'clock in the morning playing it.
And I'm just getting up to go to work. Or like 45 minutes. Actually, my cat sometimes will wake me up at 5 and I'm like, seriously, understand the time we have to get up.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. We've been,
And
it's addicting. I will say this much. It is it's annoying sometimes when it freezes.
Yeah, about that.
Did you forget to tell her something?
I am like, first night finally getting to play, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I already had it downloaded. I get on there and I'm like, all right, Scott, I'm on. I'm just waiting for it to load. Still waiting. I finished it. This is on Sunday night. I'm just getting done with, comics and cosmetics. And it was still like out like over half that time. And I'm like, what's wrong? So I finally restarted. And I'm like, oh. And then I was like, by the time I got getting done creating my character and getting all ready, I'm like, gotta go to work in the morning. And I need at least a few hours of sleep. So I'm like, no, I wouldn't. Yeah. Now, I will get there.
Yeah. So what I want to kind of let everybody know is if you buy the game now, I mean, obviously if you have Xbox Game Pass, it's technically free with that, but you won't get all like the founder stuff. But if you pay for it, you get all the like founders gimmies and or stuff that they have with it.
Yeah.
The thing is this game actually later this year, they haven't said exactly when this year, but it will be free to play.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much anyone that's bought it is pretty much being a beta tester.
Yes, they are.
Trying to make the game good before it goes free to play and becomes a nightmare.
Oh, Spencer has Game Pass.
I wish that they, like I was telling you guys, I wish they would make it so we could play together, because I'm like, well, shoot, then we're going to play Mario Kart and we got to make time for that now. And that means I got to get you two away from that so we can go play Mario Kart, because, of course, that's still one of my favorites. So, hey,
hi,
brothers in the house.
Ro, how's it going? Yeah, that's another thing that is on the roadmap is multiplayer.
I hope so because
The multiplayer is are they going to be? Is it going to be cross-gen, regardless if you're on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch, or is it going to be console or PC specific?
well, for the sake of Kim and I want Switch.
I don't want to have to buy another game. The problem is I want all the goodies that come with it.
Yeah.
See, that's where I get in trouble with gaming is these game manufacturers. They come out and they like Activision with Call of Duty. The last one came out and the full Ultimate Edition is $100.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, can I really pull the plug on $100?
Yeah.
And I keep fighting with my brain going, no. Time to make a stand. But then I pay $70 for this game. So it's like, well, actually, no, I got this one on sale through Game Pass. So
yeah, no, the $70 one was on Switch for me.
that's right. You had to have it right then and there. So we had to pay full price.
Hey, I wanted to play it.
I know. But it's like this. Like, how many games have I ever bought for Kim alone? None. So she wanted to play it, but no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I've enjoyed it. The worst part is I know, especially on Switch, when it starts getting choppy while you're playing, save it, quit, close the software out and reload.
Wow, this sounds like the equal to being back in the days of the Super Nintendo, and you had to just breathe on the game, and go blow on it and clears out the dust. And, oh, look, it works again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we learned that with NES too.
Yeah.
Spencer, I'm waiting for that, and I can't wait for Hogwarts Legacy.
Is it not out yet?
No, not for the Switch.
Not for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
not for the
I
Switch.
know, so I'm patiently waiting.
I will say this much, right? I was getting ready to play that game. This is funny, but Kim knows this. We got it, downloaded it, getting ready to play it, and then Hannah starts talking to us and my daughter, like, "Oh, you guys really need to play the Dreamlight game again." And yeah, I have not touched Hogwarts yet. I have it.
I know you have it.
I have it on the Xbox, but I've not touched it.
In response to your question, Spencer, does the game make you sign into some sort of another account?
Yeah, you gotta create an account.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, because every time I enter into my Switch, it's like, who's playing?
Yeah,
right. The Switch.
Me.
The Switch does, but also there's clouds. So now, according to the game, you have a cloud save. So I should be able to actually use that cloud save, log into my save one on her Switch, and bring my game up.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless if I'm playing on Xbox or PC or whatnot. But from what I understand from even Hannah said that people have tried it and it don't work. So maybe it's something they haven't implemented yet, because I know we constantly, like, when we save a game and before we get done for the evening, we go do what they call a cloud save. So it's saved in the cloud somewhere, up in the cloud.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Right. I mean,
exactly.
I should ask him, can I just save mine in a rainbow instead?
Yeah.
And by the way,
Ozzy and I'm just gonna go that route.
The Swedish chef has arrived.
Yep.
DB, how's it going, brother?
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I've ground on that game so hard that that's what she said too.
I know y'all are using your material for Saturday night already. It's just,
I'm worried what the hell Saturday night.
I'm entertained already.
This is what happens when we go later at night, folks. we unleash, but no, I mean, I'm already up to level 40 character.
And I hit a level 33.
And technically, according to the Xbox, I've only played it for 4 days.
Only.
That's what the Xbox says.
Exactly.
It keeps track of how long you played, which is like, I'm like, oh wow, I really. But then again, it's like all these hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's
do the real math, and then you'll feel the hurt.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not really sure
exactly.
how the decks. I'm like, shouldn't that be a little higher? I mean, there was another game I was playing, and it's like you've only been playing for a week, and I'm like, the hell I have.
Exactly.
But I mean, I
Or
know
like
what it.
in what years?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, see, we look at it as days. We think, okay, I play it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you
Mhm.
play 4 hours a day. Well,
Mhm.
every 6 days, that counts one full day of gameplay
Oh, got it.
of actually playing the game. So because it counts in hours.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So when you look at right here, 96 hours on a game, those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up, guys. Yeah, I'm working on it, bro.
I am too.
I'll work on it at work, but not playing.
But anyways, I mean, yes, I
Gotta
mean,
pump up that paycheck, DB.
yeah, right. I know we don't have, as everybody knows, we mostly everything goes now to Patreon. But I mean, we do have a little props we're going to use tonight, a little bit. So we got, I found my old cassette.
Oh yeah.
And then of course, I mean, I will bump this one. Last week we opened and it's behind me. Barely see it.
See it. You can see
Right there.
Eddie, but you can't see
Is another copy of
the
LP that
record.
we have.
Cruisers.
So I mean, now we got 2 copies of it. One may be on the road.
It may be.
On the road again.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't wait to get on the road
there's
again.
a couple of records that might be, a couple of records we might have to
on the road
ship.
again.
Might have to ship a couple of records out.
We will. Maybe.
I think so, because now we realize we got 2 copies of both these records.
Yeah.
Down the highway. Now you got me singing Willie Nelson, and I was prepared
You're
for
welcome.
rock and roll.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh,
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
that is a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where you go,
Yeah.
"Oh."
We'll just send y'all to Heartbreak Hotel.
Exactly.
No, that's not until April.
Yeah, no, it's not till April.
I'm at least trying to get back into the rock and roll. See?
Oh, is that it? Okay. Alrighty. Well, I know we got no show and tell,
No.
but I think Nicole might.
Yes.
Oh, I got a lot, but I'm only going to show a few things. Actually, I think what I showed you guys, I'm going to wait to show
Okay.
later.
All right.
Because we have a couple of special episodes in the particular series coming up. So, but I am going to share something else that my dad, I'm going to share a thrift store find, and then I'm going to share at least something that my dad gave me tonight. First thing, Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith. Okay, this is pristine. It's wonderful. It's a visual guide. And it was one that again, I have a list, okay, of all the things I want. And I can't afford to always full price. So I wait patiently and perfect. It's in pristine condition. Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith, visual guide. In fact, the first one I got was also a visual guide. I also got it thrifting. So awesome. And hold up. Kim is going to love this. Kim is going to love what I have next, because my dad sent me a few cool, amazing vinyls today, which y'all get to see in the coming months. But today, this is one I'm going to share because I know Kim will love it.
Yes, the Sound of Music. Yes. Yes.
My parents know, like Kim, they know that I love Sound of Music. They know they love Julia Andrews too. So, yeah.
I have an interesting story. I'll sidebar real quick. I have an interesting story about that album right there. So when my grandmother got
would you like to see your face too now?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, mine's decent, but
Well, yeah, I mean, you're better looking. So I mean, I know, it's always great when there's a dog around like me. We're good. Shoe fly, don't bother me.
Keep that up.
Anyways,
in trouble.
So my grandmother, she passed away in 97, and they put a bunch of records out that everybody got to go through. And I also found out some of my uncle's stuff was in there. Like, wow, okay. Well, anyways, I was digging through. I grabbed her Oak Ridge Boys Fancy Free on LP.
Nice.
Coal Miner's Daughter with
yes, I do have that one. I got that for
the movie soundtrack, not the actual one by Laura Lynn. And there was a few other ones. And for some reason, for never seeing this movie in my life, I grabbed her Sound of Music.
Oh wow!
Never,
nice.
Never for the life of me. Oh, and then of course, for everybody that's listened to the full or been with us since 189 episodes ago, no, the very first episode I ever did was on a gentleman named Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Yes.
Which was my great grandmother's record.
Oh, that's right.
But it was a re-release in the 70s, but it was just before she passed away. And my grandmother had that, and I took that too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that.
But
I do remember you saying that.
Oh,
hey, DB, tell little girl hi.
Hi, LG.
I'm sorry you got a migraine.
Okay, so I'm going to show one more thing because I think it will tie in with what you guys have going on this upcoming Saturday.
DB, let her know that she's in our thoughts and prayers.
Yes, we love our LG.
Yeah. It sucks when you get migraine. Kim gets them once in a while. And I know it's like, here we go. Solo mode.
So this upcoming Saturday, I'm so excited for my co-host because they're going to be on Scare After Dark with Shanti, and they're going to be actually talking about Disney.
But you hear that rumor
in a whole new way because it's Scare After Dark. So not this past Saturday, I can't remember what day it was. I picked up, because I was working, so I know it wasn't last Saturday. Anyways, I picked up would have been my original. I think my parents have my copy, but the original cover. And if you know anything about this cover, you know why they redid it.
Yes.
And this Saturday, I have a feeling they're going to talk about that again on Scare After Dark. So make sure you check out my co-hosts, Scott and Kim, with Shanti and Josh of Scare After Dark.
Yeah.
And only 20 and older may apply.
That's right. Exactly.
If you're watching Scare After Dark, do not bring the kids.
Do not.
Hey, Isaac and Hannah also, and Mikey and Hannah are both watching. Yeah, so this is okay. So they're set up. Let me talk about. So they got the big TV up here. I'm sure.
Oh, Isaac wants to know why they redid it. Isaac, you want to bring me a really big screen again? Dad, close your eyes.
Dad, close your eyes.
Okay, hold on. So that is the reason right there, because they say that this is something very inappropriate.
Yes, they
do. I gotta redo my nails, y'all. Okay?
Enos.
They said it was something very inappropriate. Okay, as a kid, I didn't care. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Those perverted, dirty people out there. They thought
leave the Disney
this was something else. And right there.
Yep.
Nice and erect. But that is actually a word that means other things other than just that. So
boing.
That's what she said. And you again, I'm sure there'll be more conversations about this. No, Elsa does not live there because that is not under the sea, Isaac.
No,
that's Ariel, bro.
That's Ariel. Yes, it
that's
is.
That's right, Ed, man.
Elsa is the blonde head and lives in Frosted Heights.
Again, I'm pretty sure that my parents have my original copy, but when I saw this, I had to guarantee at least I had myself a backup.
Right now.
My
Nicole,
childhood.
Right now, Nicole's dad's going. Let me see that real quick.
Well, I don't know, and I don't want to know. That's
let me look.
You're no evil.
Let me find this cover real quick.
I don't want anything.
Oh, I know. I did. I mean, like when we went through, when we're going through boxes, pulling all of her original movies out of Disney movies. That's the first thing I did. I'm like, I'm literally looking for it because I'm like, if we got it, we're selling this freaking copy. I know it's worth money.
No, I never did acquire it. The original cover.
Oh, Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
So if I find another, I should keep an eye out, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I got you.
Well, the thing is this, I almost guarantee my daughter probably has the original copy.
I think my parents have my original copy, and that's fine. My parents have a lot of our VHSs from my childhood years, and I'm pretty sure. But then again, I also have some of my grandparents's, like Pinocchio,
Right.
Fantasia. Like, so I have to go look
Oh.
through theirs. Just kind of do a double check.
Yep.
So, but
And-
but I
Yeah.
thought that was a good way to let everyone know what Scare After Dark will be doing with my co-host on Saturday night, and I will be in the chat.
That
because
sounds
that
wrong.
is that I don't want to miss.
What's Scare About the Dark will be doing with her co-host. That sounds so wrong.
we have another one in the chat, Brandon.
That's Brandon. Everyone say hi
Hey,
to
Brandon.
Brandon. He's a good friend of mine. Actually, he's a friend of the Red Five. He's been at a few
Awesome,
Scare cons.
Oh, Hannah says she don't think she thinks she does. Oh, that sucks. Your grandmother sucked at buying stuff. Okay, no, let's talk about my mom, right? The way she buys things, right?
Okay, hold up. We're going from talking about what we were talking about to talking about your mom.
Yep, this is gonna be
Okay,
good.
buckle
So-
up, everybody. Hit this
No.
chat
I mean, this is
real quick.
it's a quick funny story. So, 1989.
Ha! My dad thinks he's being an angel in the chat. Yeah, right. Brandon, you better. Brandon has met my dad, so this is going to be interesting. Good luck to them both. Good luck to the chat.
Right? No, 1989. Came out. Freaking the Batman movie. God damn,
Oh,
how
yeah.
can I forget
The
about it?
Batman with Michael Keaton and
With Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson.
Jack.
Mhm.
So before, when I first saw the trailer, I'll give this real quick. When I first saw the trailer, I wanted nothing to do with this movie.
Yeah.
Because of Michael Keaton. I'm looking at it going, this Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He's not Batman. He's not Bruce Wayne. It is not, and then it got to Jack. Then it got to Jack Nicholson as a Joker. I went, okay, I'll go see this. I mean, from one moment to not wanting to see it, then boom.
Yeah.
So I went and seen this movie. Anyways, I think probably that Christmas, because it came out, I guess. Anyways, the year it came out on VHS, I can't remember how those things worked anymore. We went to Payless Drug, right? And there's the Batman movie on. I'm grabbing it. I want it. I loved it in the movie theater. I want to see. I want this movie first movie I ever buy. My mom picks up Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Right.
You guys are going to be talking about Roger Rabbit too, I have a feeling, this Saturday.
And
oh yeah.
so we get home, 73 miles away. We get home, we watch both movies. My mom literally looks at me and goes, "You bought the better movie." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I go, "You didn't think that was funny because that movie was dumb."
Well, I think I loved Roger Rabbit. But then again,
I did too. I thought it was hilarious.
Nostalgic for me.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious, but my mom did not like it. Yeah, right, Ubaldo.
Yes, Mr.
Mom.
Mom. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Mom's funny.
Oh, man,
I
love
like
Michael Keaton.
Mr. Mom.
Well, that was the thing is, I'm looking at, it's kind of like Tom Hanks, when he finally got into more serious roles.
Yes.
I'm looking at, Bosom Buddies or Splash or this or all these big Money Pit, all these movies going, and he's going to do what now?
But he does.
And I think his first drop, first really serious role was Philadelphia. I think if I remember right.
Oh, okay.
But then I might be off, but that's the first one I remember seeing. And it was like,
pay his dues, man. He had to get his feet in.
Yeah, and I tell you one thing, smartest movie he ever made. Because I mean, but I was not ready for Keaton.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm literally looking at, as I'm watching the trailer, I'm going, that's Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, it was a good.
And that's what I think a lot of people also did in regards to Robert Pattinson.
Yes. Pattinson, yeah.
I like him as I thought he did.
I still haven't watched
I thought he brought his own, but that is definitely for another day.
I still haven't watched it.
We'll talk later.
Yes.
Last Batman movie I saw was the last of the Dark trilogy,
which was the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, that's the last one I watched.
Yep.
That's for
sure. And as Kim tells me, she already told me, do not watch any of the Justice League crap.
Well, they just, I don't know what DC did.
Okay. But show.
That's for another night.
Another day, another show, another episode, another
I love hockey.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Take us all over the freaking place.
Twinkly Batman. Yeah. I agree.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Sparkles.
You don't know, Scott, because you haven't watched it yet. You haven't seen it yet, so you cannot say that.
It don't matter. He sparkles.
No, he does not. He handsome.
He probably does not.
He sparkled in another movie.
Well, doesn't mean he's gonna sparkle in the Batman.
Thank you, Spencer. Thank you, Spencer. Gotta watch it, Scott, because the Batman is great. Thank you, Spencer. It was great.
No, we do plan on. I mean, I'm being a smart ass. I mean, we do plan on watching it.
it.
Haven't yet.
Yeah. Smart ass.
I'm sorry, but no. When they first announced him, I was like, okay, great, we got sparkles. I'm surprised my daughter's not here going.
Yes, go DB.
Listen, the Batman forgives all his sparkly glory.
Hey, he is a Hufflepuff down, true as anything, and that was before.
Yeah, he died real quick.
Well, you got to read the books, and then you know he should have been in 2 movies, but
he should have. Yes,
I know.
Because
they missed out on an opportunity there, but
they missed out a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, because he remains alive in 2 books.
I know, but
that's a spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert! If you haven't
right now, everybody's like,
not read that
right
one
now,
technically wait, never mind. We have a show for another day, folks.
Yes, we do.
Right now, we're all over the friggin' place. This is supposed to be about alien cruises. We're talking.
I know.
Boy, we went down that rabbit hole.
I mean, no, never mind. Easter will come soon enough.
Now you're pushing it.
Out.
Yes.
No way. Okay. This will be another day. Swedish chef. Another day. Another day.
That's right.
I already know what damn house I belong to.
It'll be funny if you end up being a Hufflepuff. Like,
love.
Hey, y'all note Deadpool is a Hufflepuff. So shish your mouth.
Who?
Deadpool. Mm-hmm. That's the one that
is fact. So shush your mouth.
Oh, that the dude dresses up in black and red.
That is.
Oh, okay.
He is a Hufflepuff. Yes. No, Spence, y'all are derailing us tonight. This show is now called Derailed. It was nice y'all coming by. if you're listening to this on Spotify or anywhere else, this is why you're in the live chat, because they like to derail us and have a lot of fun.
Exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, yeah. All right, we got anything else?
Housekeeping.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
I mean, cleaning the dishes and all that stuff's great, but I prefer these kind of housekeeping things.
I do too.
All right.
Preferably.
Somewhere through our buttons. And no, I'm not pressing your damn buttons, Kim.
Whoa!
We'll have to see.
Guys, they're getting ready for Saturday already.
Go ahead. Thank you to our Patreons, Luna Girl and Dragon Buddy, Don Dillis, Nujasowski, Nicholas Schaefer, Steve Long, Hannah, Mikey, Brindley, and Case. Join our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/used and abused pod.
Please get your shit together.
Don't forget to smash that like button, and if you are new to the channel, click the subscribe and then click the bell to be notified when we go live. Search for Used and Abused Pod today on all your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple, Google, Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. And if you are an audio listener, consider joining us in the chat every Tuesday night. We have a blast.
Yes, we do.
That's an ad-lib there.
Yes,
I'll expect that every week now.
Okay. You can find Used and Abused Pod on Facebook, the Gram, and Twitter.
Every time I love how, since you heard DB say it on DSK Pod, which is live Wednesday nights, every other Wednesday nights right now, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that from now on. And every time I hear it, it's just like, especially on our show, it's like, why do I always think of dope and drugs?
You think of dope and drugs, spoken like a true Hufflepuff. I think of graham crackers.
You can email us at usedandabusedpod@gmail.com.
Oh.
Leave us a voicemail at 928-719-0749.
Oh.
You got this, Kim. You got this, girl.
Go to tpublic.com and search for Used Abused Pod, all lowercase. For our merch store, there are t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, face masks, onesies, coffee mugs, etc. And
Bye,
as,
Kim. You're fired.
and as you know, and as you see, if you're watching us, Scott and I are wearing our new logo on our shirt.
And thanks to Adam from a certain point of view.
And thanks to Adam from a certain point of view,
Awesome
he made this awesome design for us. You can find these on TeePublic. You can also find our cover art on TeePublic as well.
Yeah. Somebody forgot her damn coffee mug.
And I know I did.
I'm sorry, it'll get here.
Not you.
We'll save that for next week.
I meant this one.
Let's save that for next week.
I gotta save something special for later.
Okay.
We're a proud member of the Red 5 Network. Go to bio.link/Red5 to find more exciting podcasts. And believe me, there's a podcast for everybody.
True story.
Right. There's 29 active. I think we have a total of 37.
Yeah, but 29 are active.
20 are what?
29 are active.
I swear to God, you just said acty.
No, active. 29 are active. So check out the Cantina family. The Sidebar Cantina goes live on Monday on YouTube around 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
And real quick, I want a sidebar, literally. If you have any hate mail to send to the Sidebar Cantina, make sure you address it to Jason Roscom, because they do not. Their last audio release was in January.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So if you are an audio listener of the Sidebar Cantina and you have not heard a new episode, send all your hate mail to Jason Roscom.
That's funny.
Do not send it to Lunar Girl. Lunar Girl has nothing to do with the audio fixes. Neither does Dave. That's all on Jason.
ATSW, the Escape Pod live every other Pantless Wednesday live on YouTube at 7:05 Eastern, and they will not return till March
1st.
March 1st, yes.
Whatever next week is.
Yeah.
1 week from tomorrow, which is also the first day of The Mandalorian Season 3.
Yes.
I refuse to have that on in my house.
Okay, well.
Hey, Kim, I think we should get together and hang out in Discord. You can come hang out with us. You can watch it with us from a certain point of view Discord on Thursday nights.
I love how you just like, okay, really?
No, I'll inject. Kim, you know Adam, he did our things. Yeah. I will give you the hookup, girl.
Okay.
The thing is this, is she knows one thing right now, right? She knows when that thing starts, I will, because of the fact it's like one or, depending on when everybody does their time switches for spring forward. I'll be up at friggin' either
one, watching it.
I will be up the minute it releases, and I will watch it, and then she'll be like, "Well, you went waiting for me?" I'm like, "You went to bed."
Well, if I can stay up till 5 o'clock playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, I'm gonna stay up to watch The Mandalorian.
Okay, hold it. Let's talk about this for a minute. Sidebar, and again, I love how we do these. You watch the chat.
Oh, happy birthday to Isaac! Early.
Happy birthday, Isaac.
Yeah.
His birthday's technically not until March 1st, but I'm just giving him a birthday shout out now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll make sure we give him another one next week too.
Yeah.
But
I'm all about birthdays.
And DB and Lunar Girl and no Bronco Fett all know this, when we used to do dual podcasts a week.
Yes, we did.
Because we did the racing podcast at 5 a.m. Eastern.
Yes, we did.
Go to bed, come back for 5 p.m.
Tuesday evenings and
Eastern evening for two shows, which now would be easier to do now. We're 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
But the thing is getting you had sometimes hard time staying up for that.
Yeah, I know.
And now you're just like, play a video game.
Yes, because it's a video game that I'm hooked on.
All right, anyways, what's the next one?
Stranger Things Has Happened is on YouTube.
Yes, Don Devil's Lunar
Girl. And that airs Saturdays. Yeah,
Saturdays.
It airs Saturdays.
Yep.
I'm not sure what time, but it does air Saturdays. Keep eye on the socials.
It's before Scare After. I know it's before Scare After Dark. Usually, it's also before Scare Podcast. So I think it's like 6.
Yeah.
Central, 7 Eastern.
Okay.
Layman Keith
Layman, in layman's terms, on YouTube. There, if you tune into him and give him a subscribe, he'll just basic banter. He does
drunken banter.
Drunken banter. I've seen videos. He's done magic. He's done almost all
Right.
of
And
it.
he just released a new one about for Valentine's Day, so that'd be
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
And then, of course, we got the Orange Pet Show on Spotify and YouTube, and I don't remember what the last release was.
I don't remember either.
Sorry, Tom.
Sorry, Tom.
Sorry, Tom.
And then,
And
of
then-
course, Sweet Studios has always got some work going on. He's not really doing anything with Big Sweet's Excellent Adventure or Tactical Sweet anymore,
It's mainly Sweet
but
Studios.
it's on Sweet Studios, and he's got a lot of stuff coming down, or he thinks coming down the pipeline. And if you like music, also check out
Explicit Noise.
which is Big Swede, Winter Girl's brother, and another guy that they're pretty much a high school band. Their whole,
Yep.
And they reformed, and they got as far as I know, 2 videos out right now.
Yes.
Go check them out, and they're on YouTube.
And as a reminder,
Hold it.
Please get your shit together.
as a reminder, all links are in the show notes pinned to the top of our Twitter page, and go to our bio.link/used-and-abused-pod.
Good job. You did it. All right. Who's all joined? I see Archie's in the chat now.
Hello,
And
R2.
R2 has also left the building.
Oh, well, bye,
Thank you, R2.
bye, R2. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank
sir.
you for dropping by, R2.
Exactly. Oh, man.
We got
There you go, Brandon. Exactly. Being a safe driver and but listening.
exactly.
Hey, I at least give him that's good, because Tom Bronco Fett,
Yeah.
when we did the 5 a.m. ones, he'd be coming home from work from like Sun Valley to Boise, Idaho, and he was always in the chair. Like, I mean, he talk about, oops, I just hit this, right? I'm like, what the hell, bro?
Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
drive and listen to us.
Yeah.
Don't need to be in the chat.
Exactly.
But of course, that's where a lot of people got a few of them got to learn the things about Kimberly that really shock people when it happens.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I heard some shocking things the last Scare After Dark Ladies Night. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this Saturday is gonna be interesting. I'll be in the chat because
Oh,
I'll
no,
be
no,
like
no.
eating popcorn and candy and like what's gonna happen next. I'm sure Hannah will put on her headphones and be like, I'm doing something else. Same as my dad.
But since you don't know,
Oh,
my daughter.
Eddie and the Cruisers. And I have a feeling you do.
No,
I thought I didn't. But we'll get
No.
there. We should be
I bet you
streaming
don't.
very shortly.
She might have heard like the music, but I doubt she's ever seen the movie.
I bet. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm
Yes.
trying to think. I don't think I've ever played it around the kids.
Hmm.
Try to think. I don't really think I've ever played it when they were younger. Or
Well,
Play
it's
the
not
movie.
like it's not okay. We'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And-
We'll get there.
Anyways, I know. You know what we were talking. I was talking about Hannah and Mikey, right?
Yeah.
Early on. Okay, so they got the main TV where they used to play Xbox, Call of Duty, all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Then they got another one down YouTube. It's got Hannah's either Xbox and or maybe Switch hooked up to
Mhm.
it, right?
Uh-huh.
And then one of them they're always they're watching us on while the other one's playing games.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like TV.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that.
Spencer, I hope after you hear us talk about it tonight, if you hang around for that part, I hope you check it out, at least.
Yes.
Just to check it out.
And with that being said, I think it is time.
For our main
I
topic.
think, are we there?
Yay.
All right.
And our main topic, as was posted, is Eddie and the Cruise. Get my
Please get your shit together.
as was posted is Eddie and the Cruisers movie and soundtrack. I'm just having a wonderful night. I tell you.
Oh, what a night. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, like I said,
three.
like I said in the announcement on Twitter, we may be in seasons of hell. I might be there with camera already. I mean, at least it's not PJ1.
Oh, don't even go there. Don't even go there. Don't even do tire blankets either.
Nicole right now has no clue what's going on.
All right, Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yeah.
Selected by my co-host.
All right. Oh gosh. Of course, cell phone. I can't read them without my glasses off. So
Yeah.
Oh, 19. I know this movie came out in 1983.
September 23rd. I got
Really?
notes, Scott.
Good. I'm happy you got
Per
them.
usual. Pages.
Yeah, there it is. September 23, 1983.
Yep. Rolling.
We'll go to opening weekend.
I'm rolling for Spencer.
It made 1.4 million opening weekend, gross 4.7 million overall. It was a complete flop when it came out.
Yes, it was.
However, hang in there with us, Spencer. It's going to teach you why you should never give up on a movie.
Yes.
And what happened is eventually it went to HBO.
It did.
And
No.
MTV.
Mostly, okay. In the small town we lived in, we didn't have MTV.
So it was MTV. It went to too. Oh, nice.
The only way I got MTV was
Hotels.
well, besides that, or had sent a blank tape to a friend's house that said record Headbangers Ball or something.
Yeah.
And then you watch it over the week before Friday. You give them that same copy back and have them re-record it the next one, so you could at least see Headbangers Ball.
Yeah.
Especially when it was on, but yeah. So, but for me, it was on. Mom and Dad, my parents actually had HBO for a little bit. Thank goodness. But yeah, it came out. Saw it on HBO. I ended up liking it. Ended up liking the music. So I found, that tape.
Yep. Yeah, and yes, it is in there. You can hear it
And
rattle.
it does work. We were just playing
yes, it does
like a half
work.
an hour before the show.
Yep.
I was shocked it was still played well. But and then I got into the music, and obviously the music was done by John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
Yes.
But I ended up enjoying the movie back then when I saw it, and I didn't realize it flopped in the theaters. But because of a resurgence on HBO and the song becoming popular on the dark side, all because it was on HBO and Nicholson and also MTV.
I want to say that it also the music won awards.
Oh,
okay.
For sure.
And so then they put it back to theaters, which I'm not for sure what it did the second time around.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just one of those movies. I mean, you'd have to look at like September '83. What else was coming out?
Yeah.
DJ.
Hi, DJ.
Hey, Diggory.
And what else was out at that time, and why did this movie kind of not do well there?
Like this is also the same year as the third Star Wars movie.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Yeah, but that came out in May.
Yeah, it might have came out in May, but
I know, but in smaller markets, they were actually probably just starting getting Return of the Jedi at that point.
Yeah.
I have to retract what I said. No, it did not get any worse. However, 9 months after the film was released in theaters, the main song in the film on the dark side was #1 song on the Billboard's mainstream rock and Heartseeker charts, and #7 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Okay, another single from the film, Tender Years, peaked at 31 on the Billboard Hot 100 too. And that was, again, it's crazy that what a soundtrack can do, because it has that type of momentum to take and bring a movie back. So then people were like, wait, what's this movie? What's this movie? And I think it just did have a lot of, competition, but really it became a cult classic.
Well, I mean, you're talking about music, and I always go, I mean, Kim knows I always do this, but I even take it back to Star Wars. Without John Williams, Star Wars sucks.
Yeah, it does.
The story alone does not hold that movie.
No, it's the music that does.
The music is what makes those movies great.
Oh, yeah.
Music makes all the difference.
If you take the music out, it's just a blah movie.
And with this one, if you put them together, it makes one heck of a movie.
Right.
Because it's awesome. I had seen bits and pieces of it before I actually saw the full movie that I also had heard bits and pieces of the soundtrack too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know, it's interesting because when we were going into this last week, I said, "Oh, I haven't seen this. Hadn't heard of it." I was listening to the soundtrack the other day. I'm like, that song sounds familiar. And I think originally I thought it was Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, right.
Because they have a like voices. And then I was watching it earlier today, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I watched this. I think I watched it as a kid. I mean, so this is what I'm gonna say. I know that what it's rated, y'all, okay? But I mean, I watched Porky's. But okay, in comparison, this movie is very clean in comparison. So I mean, while it's not fully family friendly, it didn't like wreck my childhood either. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I
was like, oh, I have seen this. It's just been forever. That's all I could think of. And then I'm like, I because it's definitely something. See, and that's what my dad's saying. Yes, you have watched it. You have it. I don't have it. Yeah, but I have. See, and so I must have been little. I must have been little when I watched it. I cannot, for the life of me, like I could not, like when you guys said Eddie and the Cruisers, I'm like, what? But my parents own it. Go figure. And I just couldn't remember it. And I had to watch it before my teen years because I really don't remember it.
Right. Well, I mean,
until I watched it, and then there was, the dark side. That's what made me go, wait a minute. That's what stood out to me was the song. And that's how I kind of knew that I think I've seen it before. And yeah, so it felt like it was, felt like the first time for me, even if it was not the first time seeing it, because I could not remember. It's been so long. It's been over 10 years, 15. Okay, we're dating ourselves here. Yeah. We're not going to talk about it. It's been a very long time since I watched it. So
yes.
I was 12 in 83, so
yeah,
we're just not going to touch it, Scott.
I mean, I was getting ready.
We started the drive-in, so.
Well, actually, actually, when it came out, I would have been 12. Yeah. I would have been 12 like 2 weeks before that because it had been the day before my dad's birthday. So yeah, I just turned 12. So
yeah,
I mean, and then of course at the time in 83, we were living in Battle Mountain, and again, like I said, that place there, you had to go 53 miles, 73 miles either direction to go to a movie theater. So you were choosy on what movies you went to see.
Yeah. Well, see, and we had a drive, as my dad noted, we had a drive-in and stuff. So he said we went, I believe it. And this definitely seems like something right up my family's alley. Because as we talked about, we always went to go see local bands. We still do. And so this was right up the alley. And that type of music, I mean, one, you guys know that I have we all do here, have a large expansion of music that we listen to. Eddie and the Cruisers, that music, it's like that combination of like the newer rock with at the time, and then like the combination with that original stuff with Elvis, just a little bit of love it.
And I mean, and that's one of the comparisons that John Cafferty did get was being compared to Bruce. Well, I mean, they're both from Jersey.
The vocals,
they're both from Jersey, so it's going to happen.
Where's Kelly? I need to see if I said that right.
She has a migraine.
I know.
DB can answer that.
He asked her if I said it right.
Yeah, Isaac, you'll have to see it if you.
She'll let you know tomorrow when she listens to the audio.
Yeah, Isaac, you'll have to see it. It's actually a really good movie.
Well, I mean, but again, okay, what's good and what's not good is always everybody's opinion.
Well, yeah, but I mean, give it a try.
Give it a try. Yeah, I mean, you can find it on streaming. Give it a try. Don't go out. Don't
go buy it. Just
trying to buy it.
If it's on streaming, give it a try because if it is a very good movie, in my opinion, it is. And I do remember growing up that Dad did mention Eddie and the Cruisers.
I'm happy you're going this way. I'm happy you're going here because I've got something.
Yeah, and so. Maybe that's why I had seen bits and pieces of it and recognized the soundtrack is because
time, man.
Yeah.
You got time.
Wow.
He's got some time to watch this movie now.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, but I do remember Dad mentioning Eddie and the Cruisers, so that's probably where I
Okay.
hid.
I'm happy you went there. I'm happy you went there because I'm going to bring this up. I mean,
This
I'll
is
probably,
funny.
I'll probably get haunted.
Yes, you probably will.
This house will probably get haunted tonight because I'm going to bring this up. But your late sister, God rest her soul, do not haunt. Anyways, we got in a friggin' argument early in our marriage over this friggin' movie.
Why?
Because no, it's not John Cappy, the Beaver Brown Band. It is really Eddie and the Cruiser. My dad told me they're a real group, and I'm like, no, they're fake. I mean, we were early in the marriage. We're both fighting. I mean, the claws come out because now for me, it was like you're talking about music. You're talking about stuff I know. How dare you?
I've been like, here, go do the research then, because
obviously, early days of internet, I know
the internet was in the early days, but what I'm saying though is that she could have looked. So interesting enough, when I was looking up research for today, I was actually finding articles from 1983 and 1984 today.
Right,
I was like,
right.
Like I felt like I was like in a whole news. I was like in a time capsule. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm
we're talking. I mean, we're talking 99.
And they did talk about him, and they talked about the real band. So even like reading up on news articles.
But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, we got into it big time. Matter of fact, I think it was, it was forever before I taught music to her again.
Yeah.
I just put it down. You're too young. You're too stupid. That's how I put it down in my brain. I mean, it was 8 years difference in age, and it's like okay, she's just young and dumb.
Yeah. Oh,
maybe one day she'll learn.
Yeah. No, Isaac, we didn't mean it to come away that. We didn't mean it to come.
I think he's being funny.
Being a smart ass kid.
Okay.
He's like, I mean, come on, we all do it.
Hi, Rolando. Welcome.
Oh well, you don't.
Just in time for the main event.
Yeah, just in time.
I hate Christmas.
But anyways, all right, let's get into the plot.
All right, y'all. You guys are taking the wheel for Eddie and the Cruisers this week. I'm ready.
Yeah, righty. Well, let's see. I will.
And I don't want to go.
Well, you know we're going to, right?
Oh, yeah.
That depends on how good that synopsis is.
Do you understand what a synopsis is?
Yes.
It's not giving me the whole friggin' plot. Everybody right now, everybody's going, oh, we're waiting for her to go because he always does.
You guys might enjoy my dad's little fun fact before you begin.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah. Hi, Andrew.
Back in the day, they made TV shows using people and making bands. The Monkees came to mind. The Partridge Family.
Oh,
yeah.
To his mind. I get what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Mind it, Dad. Not,
he
not come to your house.
Yeah, he thought of it. But yeah, I remember the Monkees. Mom listened to it. I remember watching the Partridge Family. Yeah.
Hey, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
But yeah, no, he's right. I mean, because the Monkees were no band, they make a TV show and they become a band.
Yeah, exactly.
We might have to do a 1960s and 70s show about all that.
We will.
Yeah, I mean,
you're welcome. We can totally do a whole episode on that. You're welcome.
Maybe we should do an episode on Mickey Mouse Disco.
Yeah.
Did you say Mickey Mouse Disco?
Yeah.
We can also do one about the Chipmunks and country music.
Yes, we could do that too.
I don't. I actually had both CDs for those for Hannah.
I had cassette tapes.
Yeah, well, I'm in the process trying to get them on LP.
How's Eddie and the Cruisers?
Yeah,
oh Lord.
I need like little birdies above my head.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go. Television reporter named Maggie Foley investigates the mysterious disappearance of cult rock star Eddie Wilson. Flashbacks dramatize Eddie's life and the rise and fall of his rock and roll band, Eddie and the Cruisers. The band gets a start at a club. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, I guess. Guess we need to remember.
It only came out in 1983.
I know. Anyways, a band gets a start at a club.
83. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
They get a start in a club in Summers Point, New Jersey, named Tony Mart's. not adept at writing lyrics, Eddie hires Frank Woodway, aka Wordman, to be the band's keyboard player and lyricist. Oh, the protest of the band manager Doc Robbins and bassist Sal Amato. Rounding out the Cruisers are saxophonist Wendell Newton, background singer Eddie's girlfriend Joanne Carlinum, and drummer Kenny Hopkins. Real quick, sidebar. Wendell Newton, I don't have the guy's actual real name.
I do.
Okay, is the actual real saxophone player or John Cafferty in the Beaver Brown Band?
And Nicole's going to give us his real name.
Michael Antunes. I hope I said it right.
Why do I always forget his freaking name? I do not know. So, sidebar. In Reno, Nevada in 2000.
This also ties in.
Yes, 2005. Yeah, 6. They used to hold free concerts downtown Reno in near Harrah's. And one year you'll get seen. It tells you what's coming up, and I see on there John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. I'm like, you're friggin' kidding me, for free?
I wish I would have known you guys back then. That would be great.
And so, unfortunately, Kim wasn't. I mean, me and Kim weren't together at this yet, and so it was me and Kim's late sister, and we go down there. We're front row. I mean, this is standing room, anyways. We get right up against the stage. As they come out before the show. We're talking to John Cafferty and Michael Antunes, and all show long, because I was telling how much I loved it. Love the soundtrack for Eddie and the Cruisers, how much I love the song, the movie and whatnot. And of course, brought Michael over to talk about being in the movie and whatnot. And then they go on stage and start playing all their songs, 10 years, all the ones from Eddie and the Cruisers, but also the ones from all their other albums, stuff from the Rocky movie, Rocky 4, I think it was.
Yeah.
And all throughout the night, the keyboardist would always, every so often, would play that opening piano line to On the Dark Side. I'm like, yes. No. And finally, it was during the encore, and watching Michael play that obviously, I've seen him in the movie play it, do it in the movie, and then watch him literally play it live on stage, like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then afterwards they got done, they come out and talk. And of course, that was the one night we didn't have our autograph. We had literally an autograph book for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And we'd forgotten it.
Oh no.
I had nothing on me to get autographed.
Oh no.
I'd be like, here's my shirt.
But you know what? I didn't care because I had the memories.
Yeah.
I know, like, I even get bad enough, like, when I go to rock concerts now, with these cell phones, I'm like, ooh. It's like,
hey, hold it up a little bit higher. Higher? Yes! Sorry, I had to say anything moment. I'm sorry. I just
no, that's fine.
But but I'm missing most of the show because I'm recording it. It's like, get back to so next time I already got it planned. I'm gonna take 4 or 5 pictures, put my phone away, and I'm gonna enjoy the show for what it is. No more friggin' recording shows. I don't care anymore. I'm going for the experience.
Well, you did that when we went to that concert.
You're right. I did do that for All for One.
Yeah.
When we went, I took a few.
And that was it.
A few moments of it, because I took video of I Swear, beginning of I Swear, and a few other songs, but I put my phone down.
Yeah. So you have done it. Anyway, back to the main topic.
Yep.
That concert's for another time.
She cruised us right back to where we're supposed to be.
The band's first album, Tender Years, becomes a major hit, but recording their next album, A Season of Hell, turns out to be a nightmare. Inspired by the bleak poetry of Arthur Rimbaud, Eddie wants something far more ambitious than their previous pop songs, and he pushes his bandmates beyond their limits, musically and personally. Eddie wants to be great, but bassist Sal replies, "We ain't great. We're just some guys from Jersey." Eddie makes it clear that if the band can't be great, there's no reason to ever play music again. A Season in Hell is rejected by Saturn Records on the grounds that it is dark and strange. In the early morning hours, Eddie's car crashes through the railing over the Stanton Memorial Causeway. Eddie vanishes without a trace. His body never found.
Now, can I fill in the plots here? The plot holes?
There's
Yeah.
still more to go. There's more to go.
Okay, finish it, and I'm filling in plot holes.
Please.
Almost 18 years later, Saturn re-releases the band's first album, which charts even higher than it did originally.
That sounds like a true story that happened. Go ahead.
A television documentary is soon in the works exploring the mystery of the band's second album, which had disappeared from the vaults of Saturn Records the day after Eddie's disappearance. All the original cruisers are set to participate in the documentary, except Eddie, obviously, and Wendell Newton, who had died of an overdose reported as a heart attack.
I want to fix something there already, but go ahead. I'm with Kim. Now I'm like, wait, I got.
In August of 1963 at age 37. By the way, the one thing I did point out, this movie does take place in 63, which is ironic since who dies in real life in November of 63. I can see Kim's wheels going now. She's trying to figure it out.
Did it happen in Dallas?
Yep. The others are now living ordinary lives. Salamato fronts the Cruisers tribute band. Ridgway is a high school English teacher in Vinland, New Jersey. Doc works as a radio disc jockey in Ashbury Park, New Jersey. Joanne is a stage choreographer in Wildwood, New Jersey. And Hopkins works in a casino in Atlantic City as a blackjack dealer. During the documentary interviews, the band expresses a desire to relive the past, but many of their memories are humiliating. For example, during a concert at Benton College, where Frank once was a student, Eddie ridicules Frank, repeatedly referring to him as Toby Tyler, after seeing him and Joanne kissing before the concert. The other cruiser members share similar stories. You okay?
Keep going, because there's so much they're missing. Keep going.
Joanne.
Yeah, Kim and I are patiently waiting. That should scare you right now.
Joanne is able to complete the one piece of the puzzle that Frank could not, revealing what happened to the band's second album. After storming from the studio, Eddie brought her to the Palace of Depression, a makeshift castle made of garbage and junk that he visited often as a child. She reveals it was, in fact, she who took the master tapes of the album from Saturn Records, hiding them in the Palace of Depression where she felt they belonged. Frank and Joanne go back to the Palace of Depression to retrieve the master tapes. A mystery man driving a blue 1957 Chevy Bel Air convertible identical to Eddie's arrives at her house and calls to Joanne. But before she can reach the car, Frank unmasks the imposter, revealing him to be Doc, who was after the master tapes all these years. Moved by his story, Frank and Joanne give him the master tapes. Doc drives off into the night, vowing that the cruisers will conquer the world this time, and Joanne invites Frank into her house.
Okay, that's where it's at.
In a surprise reveal ending, a bearded, much older-looking Eddie is shown alive, watching the multiple televisions in the window of the appliance store, where the ending credits of Foley's documentary tribute to him and the band roll. He smiles sincerely, proud to know that his work is finally being heard, and then disappears into the night.
Into the night.
All right.
Are we ready, Kim?
Yes.
We've been waiting for this moment between you and I. We behaved today.
Yes, we did.
I hope you enjoyed that, Scott, because we're about to take
All right,
over.
I'll just kill my mic.
All right, Kim, I'll let you get started, and I'll just intersect when necessary.
One thing they missed is what actually plotted this. She wanted to know what happened to Eddie and the cruisers.
She wanted to know what happened to Eddie.
Kim means
the reporter.
Yeah, the reporter wanted to know. So, point 2 is as the reporter goes around to interview the cruisers that are alive, the English teacher does not want to talk to her.
Facts.
Yeah.
And by the way, also played by Ellen Birkin, who didn't even like them. Well,
Yeah, she played the reporter, and
Didn't like the script.
Tom Berenger played Frank.
Frank wanted nothing to do with this. He wanted nothing to dwell on. He didn't want to give her anything. So after a dead end with him, she starts going around to the other cruisers who she got piece by piece by piece together, but still not the one main piece. Well, in the process of all this, the thing they did not mention in there is that each of the cruisers' houses are being gone through looking for these tapes. They want to know what happened to these tapes.
Right, they're being ransacked, they're being looked for. So who do you think is doing it?
Yeah.
Who? I mean, did you ever think? Did you ever wonder who did it?
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling who was doing it.
I think yeah.
but
They didn't
I-
really actually, in the movie, they did not really go into
No.
who actually did that. I
No.
think I know who did, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too.
they did not confirm who I think it is.
Yeah.
Right.
They
involved.
confirmed something else, but they did not fully confirm that part.
Yeah.
Right. Well, on my theory, I think it's Doc.
See, that's what
That was my thought.
All right, so see,
Yeah.
we're on the
This is
same
doomed.
page.
Yeah.
So there we go.
The other thing that is the most important that was solely missed was he literally took Joanne there and literally told her the complete story of how he'd go there and visit the guy that always had the garbage that built this castle, and that his whole thing was he wanted to be this big success. He was worried about the band not being a big success. He wanted more. He wanted more success. And he took Joanne to this castle of depression and put it in his terms on what had happened. And yeah, and so I mean, it all ties in.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Nicole.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to inject some really cool fun facts while I get back to that. So the Palace of Depression is a real thing that really did happen. A man did do that. That was really there in New Jersey. Jersey. Okay. I'll get there. Give me a second. I got notes. All right. I want to interject a couple things here. Shoot, Scott, you had me earlier and I should have wrote it down. That was kind of missing from the plot. Actually, I'm going to go start with my negatives, I think, because this will interweave in with everything else. I know it will. I want to talk about Wendell. Okay.
Yeah.
Wendell had pretty much zero speaking parts except for playing. Okay. The man is an actual a saxophonist and amazing. He has zero. Okay. His big scene is they talk about it. Like they don't even talk about it. They show it.
Yeah.
Right.
About what happens to him. Okay. Originally, it was supposed to be a heart attack, but then we find out the truth. I'm not going to give away that truth. You have to watch the movie to find that out. But what bothered me is that they did not talk about that previously. They never showed us him doing that kind of stuff in order to get him to that point in life to be like that. I was not happy. I was like, come on, really? Come on. Can you get us a little bit more?
Well, okay, real quick though, it's an 83 movie.
Yes.
Obviously it got a PG rating. So early 80s, they weren't pushing a lot of that type of stuff in PG yet. You know, that really started crossing the line when we started getting into the PG-13.
Yeah, that was because thank you to Spielberg and all them. That
Right.
We got to start pushing this boundary. But that being said, that still does not mean that they could not have
Oh, I know.
somehow included the story.
Right. No, I agree. And I will agree with you one thing. Yes, that's the one thing that's really ticked me off all these years is the fact that Wendell had no speaking parts. We never really got hit. I mean, if you're doing I don't care if you're doing a fake band or whatnot, but when you're doing anything on a band, you're doing backstory. There should be some type of backstory where even if it is him talking to Eddie about where he came from, where he learn to play the sax, who his influences are, just
Mhm.
stuff like that. I mean, that would happen in a real life band.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter what's going on.
I know, Isaac.
Yeah.
Still watch it anyways. Find out for yourself. I would like to, and also, so we know that Joanne is the girlfriend of Eddie.
Right.
Kinda. I say kinda because we don't actually get a lot of character development of them in a relationship beyond that. This is what it is. That being said, so like when, but this is where gets interesting because they're at the college, okay, and they're walking around. Her and Frank are walking around, and I'm like, I like them better. But I think the reason I liked them better, at least on screen, is because they took the time to actually develop that emotion. They took more time to develop this moment leading up to them kissing. And of course, we know that Eddie can see, but he never really goes head to head with with Joanne to go, you kissed another man. Like he never even says it. We don't even get to see the fallout of that.
Well,
we know what he said. We know based off of the movie what he says to Frank. I mean, pretty much he's like, whatever. But it's like, I didn't get to. It's like I felt the chemistry there because I really thought they had really good on screen chemistry. But I almost felt like I could see Joanne and Frank. I was like, no, that's what she wants. That's what she needs. You know what I mean? She wanted somebody to listen to her, to talk about the future, to do those things. And Eddie couldn't do that, but Frank could. And I have to also, I do like a lot of these visuals in this. Okay, I love that ending. I love how they use the mirror image. And they did that also earlier when they're walking on, it's not even the boardwalk, because you looking at the ocean while they're talking. And the next thing you know, you see them in the window. And the next thing you're seeing them actually on the screen. I love that. I don't know why, but I really love visuals like that. That's just really unique and different.
Right.
And that really spoke to me. Okay. Now, the really cool thing and sad thing all at the same time that I found out about this movie. Per usual, this is based off a real book. Sad part is to buy a copy of this, it's going to cost you $92 and higher to buy it.
God.
It's a rare book. You can get it downloaded on your Kindle. I did find that out for like $9.99. But for people like me who like a physical book, it's going to cost over $90. That was the cheapest I found was $92.
Wow.
Just a couple days work, like, right?
Yeah.
And that's at the beginning. That's just at the starting bit. That was the cheapest I could find. And I think because I remember when I found out that this was based off a book, I was like, wait, so maybe I can get this book so it can maybe answer some other things.
Right.
Because there were times where I'd be like, can they, expand on this? Like I was saying about Eddie and Joanne, I would love to have gotten more than. I thought when I found out it was in book form, I was like, wait, maybe I can read the book and I can figure out maybe there was more, in the book. And then, the phone scene when she's talking about the phone and the headlights. I love all that. But again, I wanted to expand on it. And by the way, the author's name is P.F. Klunge, Klunge. And it was originally, hi Bronco Fett, it was originally a murder mystery. And Eddie was a killer. In this movie, they did not make him really a killer. So I'm like, okay, what am I missing? I want to know what I'm missing because I feel like there were times when I was watching this movie and I was just like, expand on this. I feel like something's missing here. And this is when I really felt that something was missing was towards that ending when she is talking to Frank. This is Joanne and Diane. Sorry, Joanne and Eddie are talking about she thinks that he's alive. And she goes, "You don't understand." She's talking about the headlights. She's talking about the phone call that comes in. And I'm like, this feels more like a mystery now. Like we went into a whole different route. And I'm like, I think there's supposed to be more. Like I could feel that. I was like, okay, I want more of this because I'm excited. Like this is making me, and if the 80s taught us anything, and that is how to do horror. They did.
Right. I mean, I don't mean to interrupt, but one thing, expounding on what you're saying, is, I mean, the one thing is especially over the year, I mean, obviously when 84, when I probably saw this, 85 around there, and on HBO, it's one of those, I'm probably not grabbing a lot of that, looking for that. But as I get older, there is so much going on. Like, when me and Kim watched it, I'm literally going, wow, that back to the college scene when they kissed and looking at Eddie, I'm like, he was like a controlling son of a.
Yeah.
He's one of those ones. He's got that vibe for me where it's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna say nothing to you when you come up to the rest of the band. I'm gonna get, I'm gonna take care of her later. In the.
But they don't show us that.
Right, they never show us that, and then of course he takes care of Frank on stage.
Right.
By going, oh yeah, that's Toby Tyler.
Yeah.
Right. But then what he didn't fully recognize was that people at that college already knew him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it didn't really take away from him. Like it did and it didn't. Was it a slight insult? Yeah. But really it was just like, they're like, no. We know the truth, And I think again, that going back to that moment, when he introduced her to the people he knew at the college, he did it really respectfully and kind. And I think that is one of those moments that she, even as the character, I think the character knew this is different. This man is treating me different than what Eddie does. And Eddie and I we're adventurous. We're risk takers. We're only thinking about today. We're not thinking about the future. We're not thinking about kids. We're not thinking about anything but today. And I think it's like you can kind of start seeing where this might be going. And again, this is why I want to read the book, that I have to either pay and I just have to just do it on the Kindle or save up a couple.
I would say get it on the Kindle.
Well, Kindle for now, and keep an eye out on maybe some eBay auctions. I don't know. I mean,
who knows? One may just slip in one day into Goodwill. You never know.
No, because they will send that sucker straight in the account. Knowing that is that rare, no, it will not.
That's messed up. That's one thing.
That's another sidebar for another day.
Now I know why I'm not seeing half the good stuff anymore come out.
We'll talk about that later because we're talking about Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yeah, but anyways, but yeah, I mean, I will admit, as I get older, watching it more, going, yeah, there's a lot of holes.
Yeah,
and it just makes me wonder. Again, I don't know who the screenwriter was of this, who adopted it from the book to the movie.
The director did. Martin Davidson and Arlene Davidson.
Okay, well, a director being a writer, interesting.
Well, the screenplay, well, maybe because it was a husband and wife duo, maybe their husband. I have to double check. But Arlene Davidson did.
But then again, I mean, and that's one thing we can look back in the 80s. A lot of 80s movies that were based around books are far away from that book.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We actually, what we do know is they kept most of it. They just chopped off this angle. And we don't know how much of that angle is missing.
Yeah.
Which, dang, that angle sounds freaking awesome.
I know. Imagine if this was done like as a murder mystery, a full-on murder mystery.
Oh, yeah.
You see, because that changes. Why would Eddie be gone? Why would Eddie be missing?
Yeah.
Like that changes perspective. Because he just up and left.
Well, I mean.
Okay. But if he did something... like it just changes the attitude and perspective.
The one thing that I get from at least through the whole movie is the one thing about Eddie is, yes, he's all about that fame and fortune. I want to be the biggest band in the world, all this. And when he realizes no one else is on board with his new album, even the record company says it sucks. and nobody understands.
Well,
that
at that current moment, nobody did, because I loved it when that reporter said, "How about you let the people decide?"
Right.
And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm with her. Let the people decide if they like it or not. It's kind of
Right.
like this movie. The people, it may have been flopped at the theater, but once it got onto HBO, people loved it.
Right.
People loved it.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to the music, because the music's good. It's got, like you said earlier, it's got that great vibe mix between, the, what, early 60s and the early 80s.
Mhm.
I mean, literally, we're, as a country or musically, we're coming out of the disco
Yeah, we were.
nightmare.
Yeah, we were.
I'm joking. It's not a nightmare. I enjoy some of the
As I
songs.
start dancing.
Yeah. But, we're coming out of disco, and we're kind of getting some, regular rock back. And this is, I think, was a perfect mix.
Yeah.
Which is what I also like about this, because when you go listen to the album, obviously you get to the last song, Seasons in Hell. It's got that harder 80s, it's got that more of an 80s hard rock vibe, kind of hardest rock. I mean, what they can do, hard rock.
So speaking of that album, I'm going to read a quote here, and then I'm going to recircle to it. My thought to it. So real quick, Sal, this is Sal speaking, or they called him Sal Mantano. Anyways, Eddie, you're wrong. So remember, they're in the studio. The studio's about to go. This is right after the acts, and this is what he's saying to him. Eddie, you're wrong. You're wrong. Now listen to me. I love you. Yeah, right. I've known you longer than anyone else, but you're wrong. Sorry, Sally, you were wrong too. They wanted on the dark side. Why are we giving them some damn opera? I don't even know what you are after. My brain, as soon as they said opera, do you know what went straight to my head? Can you guys guess?
Phantom of the Opera?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, where is my dad? I want my dad to be like, wait, I know this answer. I went straight to Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm going,
oh yeah,
opera. And I was thinking about that, like, oh my gosh, was this a reference to Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody because of opera? Or The Night at the Opera, which is another album of theirs, because I personally love it, and the people decided on that. Or thank you, Radio Gaga, because that song was based off towards the US disc jockeys at the time, who were not wanting to play Queen because of opera or the things that they were saying, and so that was why Radio Gaga came up. So when this came up, I was just like, I wonder if they're talking about Queen. I wonder if that was a nice reference, a way to honor them. Although I have to admit, I disagreed with Sal. You're wrong. Why wasn't he not backing up his lead singer? Why didn't he say this when they were making the music? Like, maybe we need to try this or try that. So,
well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if you're a band, why are you not all in it together?
Yeah.
I mean, or even somebody there. I mean, I again always revert back to Crew when I do this, but even like when they did like Girls Those Girls, I know Tommy and Nikki Sixx were always there while they were recording. They were doing it differently parts, but still.
Yeah.
I want to address what my dad has said. So I want to say hello to my dad in the chat if you know him. Okay, so Dad, in the book it's different because they don't. It's a murder mystery in the book. However, they changed. This is when the screenwriting changed right here in the movie to make more sense. It kind of makes sense, but it doesn't. But my thing was about Queen, about opera, because he said opera. I was like, come on.
Right, but I mean, I agree. I agree with your dad though too. I mean, the record producers wanted to change it up, change the music. That Eddie didn't agree with. Obviously, and Sal's even saying, like you said, no, this isn't on the dark side. And that's why he did disappear, because he's like, well, screw them. They don't understand me, and I'm out.
But he disappeared in the movie for that reason. In the books, it's a whole nother
Well,
And
yeah,
again, we're missing that piece. It's a huge
Right.
missing piece because
but
we know that something's odd's happening because as they said, oh, we think he's alive. So he faked his death.
right,
You know, they can't exactly do that, you know, unless you're,
right.
you know, protective services.
Well, I mean, I think, and that's the one thing. I mean, obviously, you know, we're talking origins of apples now because we're talking what the book was about, and then what you know what they did in the movie. Because I mean, again, you know, I mean, Tom Bronco brought it up. Yeah, the show Grey's Anatomy is nothing like the book.
Mm.
Oh, and no, never seen either one. So I really,
Yeah,
you know,
I
but
haven't either.
you know, again, but there's a lot of that where you know we were talking earlier with you know the Harry Potter series. There's a lot there they missed. You know, there's a lot they missed even in Twilight. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll admit I've read all the books.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a lot they missed in there too. I think they really screwed up a few things.
Well, yeah,
But
they
that's
did.
my
I
opinion.
mean,
But
screenwriters have to write and they have to decide what do they want to keep.
right.
Right. But I think here, again, it's like, again, you get towards that ending. And all of a sudden, it's like we take this, we completely veer off, right?
Well, I mean,
There's the headlights and the phones, and or even at the beginning, well, our house is being ransacked, which they did not confirm who did that.
right, I know. I
I think
mean,
Exactly.
it might be Doc.
we
We're
gave
not
our
sure.
opinion who we thought was doing it, but
Oh, Spencer, he's currently going into the protective services, so forget that ever happened. Scott just wants to know his
So-
stuff, Spencer.
no. Actually,
Okay.
this is all I'll sidebar on this. This is all her fault. The person I just put up on the screen, it's all my daughter's fault. She comes up, she's wants to do this midnight. You know, I want to go buy Breaking Dawn at midnight. Okay, go get your wristbands and stuff. I'm letting her do this. I've always wanted to do this with albums, you know, do a midnight release and whatnot and pick stuff up. I've never had an opportunity. I'm like, well, do it. I don't care. Well, that got again her late sister into the
Yes.
books, and so we bought the first book. And of course, when her sister read it, you know, we like to have a conversation that I would read it too. Well, then we bought the whole series, and literally, I read it, get done with it, and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad,
Mhm.
you know, the book wise, you know. And again, I will say early on, yeah, the movies for me, where I really got really into the movies was when Jacob started turning into a werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, when they brought the werewolves in, that's when I was like, oh, okay, now we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least we got something here that will kill something.
Yeah. Well, it was just like
Excuse
like
me.
when they brought Harry Potter to the big screen. After reading the book series, I could tell you exactly what they missed in it.
I was threatened. I was literally threatened. I mean, again, we'll get back to Alien the Cruise in just a minute. I was literally threatened that if I walked out of another Harry Potter movie and compared it to the book as we were walking home, either one, I was not allowed to read any more books of the Harry Potter series, or I'm not allowed to go to watch any of the movies until they're on DVD.
I'm loving the
I
chat.
was. It wasn't by her. It was.
No,
it was
it
literally. It was her sister, because I don't remember which one it was, but it's the book and movie where Hermione was supposed to be doing the house elf thing. You know, free the house elves, and it wasn't in the
Spiel.
movie.
Spiel.
Huh?
Spiel. It's what it's called. That's the initials
okay.
for it.
Anyways, I don't remember which book number it was, but when we came out of that theater, we're walking home, and I'm just like, how dare they? This is part of her. This is her. This is all character. I mean, I was pissed. But yeah.
Well, I was more mad about them making Ron more. Well, never mind. That is for a whole nother day.
Right?
Yes, that is.
Anyways.
Well, and then the other thing too, and then I'll let you get back to what you're saying, Nicole. The other thing about the movie is there's just, you know, the English teacher finally gives it up to, you know, gives his secrets up to the reporter at the very end. But again, you know, like you're pointing out, there's so much that was left out
that could totally change this movie.
Yeah.
And not just like in Harry Potter, we still had almost the same ending where we had still almost the same outcome. In this case, it changes. It would change somebody's attitude or perspective.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, hold up. I wanted to add a few quotes because there were 2 quotes I really liked. Eddie, he had said, "We need each other, words and music."
Yeah.
That is life advice right there.
Yep.
Words and music, we need it. Okay. The other one I love, this was at the end. I actually could not find it. Actually, I had to rewatch the movie to get to this part so I could write it down. And this is Joanne is repeating what Eddie had said about Doc and why he kept him. Doc's a dreamer, and the world needs dreamers.
Yep.
Boom. I'm like, now that is the stuff I like. I love those kind of little nuggets that are just so hidden away in this, and it's just so wonderful. And I liked this movie. It's like I like this movie. There are just things that I'm like, wait a minute. And maybe as a kid I didn't notice, but as an adult, again, feeling like I'm rewatching it for the first time and realizing I've seen this, but it's been so long I can't remember it. That I went, wait a minute. And then of course finding out there's a book, then I went, okay,
Yeah.
this makes sense. And Waldo, I do have to sidebar on one thing. Yes, sidebar is our favorite word. Thank you to Sidebar Cantina. I cannot confirm with this one. I cannot agree because I have read books where I end up liking the movie better. I have a few. We might have to do a special like Patreon on that one though.
Wow.
It's pretty special. And Broadway's. And if you know the Broadway, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you know which one, you know.
I know.
Just look at my Instagram and look at my Twitter. It's like right there.
Yeah.
And you'll know exactly which Broadway show I'm talking about in comparison to the book, which I like the book, but Broadway just way better.
Yeah.
I think
that's for another day.
I think honestly, as adults, especially when we watch something as a kid and then we see it later in life, we're like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Minus the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Well,
minus the little.
Yours may be Little Mermaid. Mine was after Disney Plus came on and they started adding the Muppet Show on there.
Yeah.
I love the Muppet Show. Where's Scott?
Going back
Not
and
Scott.
watching.
Scott, where is Andrew? Oh my God.
Going back and watching those episodes again, going, they said that?
Yeah, they did.
What the heck? How is this on regular? I mean,
yeah.
How did my parents let me watch this?
Yeah, exactly. Same.
And then my mom freaked out when she realized that in a Motley Crue song they said the word whore. Like, wait a minute, you're letting me watching this crap.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't mean it's crap, it was good, but I mean, like, wow. February 25th, what? Fundraiser for Dublin. Okay, yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rolando, for putting that up. But yeah, but okay, I'll move on to the soundtrack.
Yes, because I have a question for you guys, and maybe you guys will know the answer. Okay, so Helen Schneider played Joanne. In real life, even before this movie, Joanne is a singer. She sings. And also ever since she's done theater, she's done Broadway, she's done a lot. This was, even though this did poorly here in the theaters, over in Germany and over in Eastern Europe, it did amazing. You know, it took us to watch it at home and then rediscover it. But my question to you guys is, and I tried. I literally was on her Facebook and about to say, can you give me this answer? That is, does she really sing in this movie? I don't know. Because we know that they give all credit to John McAfee in the Beaver Band. Right. However, she's a real singer in real life. There are music videos that she has done. She has been in German movies. And I'm like going, I wonder if she's really singing. And if she's really singing, if she's the only one really singing.
Hello, BYT.
Yes. Love the backyard artists.
Wow.
BYT.
Boy, he had a rough day yesterday. He got another rough one today.
I'm glad that you're safe, though.
Yes.
Yeah, be safe and stay warm, bro.
Mhm.
Yes, most definitely
And
stay warm.
rebels.
But yeah, no, I mean I didn't know she's saying, and wow, yeah, that would have been nice to
Yeah.
That's what I would like to
That's
figure
a
out,
quite
because
that's a
I think it's a good possibility she's the one actually singing, but they don't give her full credit for that.
right.
Even though technically they really could have actually pushed her further in the credit on that. Like she is, because she was already big in other places. And it's like they had an opportunity. Why didn't they
Yeah.
take it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I guess real quick, I mean I know Nicole gave her negatives. Kim, did you have any negatives in the movie, or did you pretty much agree kind of with what Nicole had?
H2O, y'all, drink it.
Yes. I actually pretty much agree with what Nicole said. There could have been more of a backstory on Joanne, a backstory on Wendell, and a backstory on Eddie. There could have
Right.
been more character development, more than just what was on the screen.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I mean, really, when we get down to it, we meet Eddie and the group when they pretty much meet Frank the first time,
Yeah.
Right.
And
you know, and then after that, Frank is pretty much in the band.
yeah.
Because Frank, it's from his perspective, which is fine, but it's just like, I want that other stuff. And because we did see other things, it's just, I just wanted more. So,
Yeah, Tom said they're in Vegas for the Mountain West Championship basketball tournament.
Nice.
Tom, have a good night, buddy.
Yes.
And yeah, they'll be watching. I'll watch the games and see if I can see you. You can be in full Bronco gear, Bronco fat gear. You better be. Anyways, but yeah, I'm pretty much on the spot with that. I mean, I think it's because I liked it as a kid. It's one of those movies where I'm not gonna. I mean, I get done watching it, I'm like, oh wow, you missed it. But I think because it's from my childhood, it's something I'll just continue watching.
mhm.
I mean, otherwise, I mean, I would probably stop watching Star Wars. I mean, if we want to talk truthful about writing and plot holes and stuff, I mean, there's a lot of movies I would stop watching,
Yeah, I know.
and Star Wars would be one of them.
Oh, I know.
Anyways, but no, let's talk about soundtrack. So Kenny Vance was
Yes.
brought on to handle the music part of
And
the
they did
show.
great. This
Yeah.
They did.
soundtrack is fantastic. They
Oh,
did
it
great.
is.
And I did
Yeah.
see an interview today on YouTube with the McAfee band, well, the lead singer, and he said it's really hard to watch it because it's like I watch it, but yet when he opens his mouth, my singing voice comes out of it. Now, this
Right.
is not the first. You know, My Fair Lady, we know Audrey Hepburn did not sing. Somebody else sang. We know that even in movies, like we have Darth Vader, we have James Earl Jones as the voice, but somebody else is the body. Like we know for Quill, Nick Nolte, but Misty Rosa is Quill, body wise. So this is not like new to us that this happens, but it was a really good, interesting interview, like to hear him talking about it and stuff.
Right.
Although I think it's cooler that you got to see him in person, Scott. So you got me there.
Hey, it worked out. We literally moved to. This is not a reason why to move to a city. We moved to Reno, Nevada, so I could see Motley Crue live.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason we gave up everything we had, and we went to Reno, Nevada, just so I could see Motley Crue.
Dude, I cannot wait. We got more details about Motley Crue stuff coming for later this year.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Anyways, Kenny Vance asked Martin Davidson to describe his fictitious band and their music. Initially, Davidson said that the Cruisers sound like Dion and the Belmonts, but they meet Frank. They have elements of Jim Morrison in the Doors. However, Davidson did not want to lose sight of the fact that the Cruisers were essentially a Jersey bar band, and he thought of Bruce Springsteen and E Street Band. The filmmaker told Vance to find him someone that could produce music that contained elements of these three bands. Davidson was getting close to rehearsals when Vance called him and said that he found the band, John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band from Providence, Rhode Island.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Davidson met the band, realized that they closely resembled the band as is described in the script, right down to the Cape Verdean saxophone player whom he cast in the film. Initially, Cafferty was only hired to write a few songs for the film. He did such a good job of capturing the feeling of the 60s and the 80s that Davidson asked him to score the entire film.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
After successfully screenings on HBO in 1984, the album suddenly climbed the charts, going quadruple platinum. The studio re-released the soundtrack in the fall of '84. 9 months after the film was released, as Nicole mentioned earlier, in theaters, the main song in the film, "On the Dark Side," was the #1 song in the country on Billboard's mainstream rock and heat seeker charts, and #7 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Another single from the film, "Tender Years," peaked at 31 on the Hot 100.
Yeah. But he wrote all of them except for there wasn't.
You're right.
Yeah, but for the majority of it, John did write the soundtrack to it.
And it was really good. I mean,
it was.
that soundtrack is fantastic. Although, I mean, and I even like Betty Lou Has New Shoes, and I'm like, no, Nicole Marie Has New Shoes, and we go out dancing.
That's right.
So let me go ahead and throw us in.
And I'm sure, and now my dad can confirm this, I'm sure I probably danced around the house to this, because that was not anything that was new to my parents, because, you know, Footloose came out, I was dancing. I was always dancing. You know what I mean? Music came on, and I was dancing.
So let me go ahead and full screen this. So one thing that happens or with this is, you'll notice here, it says original music by John Cafferty, performed by the Beaver Band.
Mm-hmm. I like that he did give credit to his whole full band. He didn't just take.
Right. And the one thing is also, bring
it out.
Hold that.
I'll hold it.
Also on the actual, I don't know if I can get close enough, it does not say John Cafferty's Beaver Brown Band on the.
Does it say Scott Brothers?
Scotty Brothers, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Scotty Brothers is a record company. They were.
That's right. Sly Stallone knew them, and that's how they got this.
Scotty Brothers, they're best known for releasing all Weird Al's albums.
Yeah.
But
I had seen that cool fact though, that's how they got the Scotty Brothers in, was because of Sly Stallone. And it wasn't until you said that I was like, oh wait, I do remember this. I did read this here today.
And one thing is like all the re-releases after had John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band on the label, and then they also changed it down on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can find the ones that say performed John Cafferty, or original music by John Cafferty, and then performed Beaver Brown or Beaver Band, those are actually the original '83 pressings.
Like this one. Original music by John Cafferty, performed by the Beaver Brown Band.
And you got to have, but you also got to have the labels inside that say, that do not have John Cafferty on it at all.
No, and this one don't.
And luckily, I've got 2 of them like that.
Yeah, so we got 2 originals.
But I'm not keeping the second one.
No, we're not. We'll discuss this later, because now Nicole's wondering.
Now I'm like, wait, and then I'm like, wait, no, we got a show
But anyways,
to be
as
in.
far as I go, I mean, I'm gonna go right back to Ubaldo said earlier. I probably won't be able to find it now because I know it's up in the chat. But,
well, I like what he recently said. I love Go to Go too.
Yes, I do
Grogu
too.
he likes the music Fetty and the Cruisers, I do believe. He'd be jamming out to it in the ship.
Oh yes.
But when it comes to this one here, for me, for this album, and I can't find it with Ubaldo, I know you said it earlier, is, I mean, whoops.
Thanks, Isaac. You got my brain thinking other lyrics now.
So when I would listen to this in the 80s, obviously, 12-year-old, or 13, 14-year-old, there were certain songs I would skip. It's just the way I was.
I get it.
I would listen to everything up until, which one is it? Boardwalk Angel. I would skip that one.
Why?
I just didn't care for it. I didn't like it
At the time.
at the time. At the time, I didn't like it. But
You
now,
because your life changed and you
Right.
grew up. You grew
Right.
up, and then the music means something different now.
as I got, probably 18, 19 years old, I one day just listened to it again. I think it's right. I got it on CD, and I listened to the full album again and went, "That's a really good song." Why did all these years I skip it? But the thing is by doing that, I didn't go back, and I always bring this one up. I always will revert back to this, but I never did go back and listen to like Cinderella's Long Cold Winter
Mhm.
until later, like in 2005, before we went and seen the band on a show. I actually listened to it for the first time in a long, and for 20 years, and went, "Huh,
Mhm.
that's actually a really good song."
Yeah.
But
Music
again,
can do that.
got older, my music, for me, everything musically changed and whatnot. Yeah, do my best stay alive right on.
Yeah.
I know. Didn't you see me like start to dance? I'm telling you, all it
Okay,
takes is a word or two words, or like I just start going
Right.
into a song. Dance.
It is for me, and I got to do this a lot more with albums again.
Re-listen to them and see what you
Well-
think now of the songs, especially the songs you did.
CDs ruined us.
Well, yeah, they did, because you could skip.
Radio killed the radio star.
Yeah, that was
Sorry,
that was the very first music video on MTV.
Oh my God, I'm so naughty.
But I mean, I guess obviously I could skip. Most of the time I wouldn't. But there was a few times I did actually, because you're running the cassette tape doing that.
Yeah, you do.
Record players. I mean that's the reason why half my stuff, my mom's stuff, is scratched up, because
Yeah.
I would skip around even as a kid, or because you got one of those little box friggin' radio, or carry suitcase record players.
There's
You got it on the floor spinning a record, and you're bouncing balls, playing, having fun, dancing around, and right, the needle goes right across the whole record. Yeah.
yeah.
Now I want a DeLorean to go back and go
Yeah. Well,
beat
yeah.
the crap on myself. Don't you do that.
Yeah. We'll discuss that another time.
Anyways,
Yep. See who
For
can
me,
get into your TARDIS and go.
for me, the album is a must listen front to back.
It is. It is.
Yes, agreed.
It takes you on a journey, just like it takes you on the journey even more, because it follows the movie exactly. So if you've seen the movie a few times, it's like Star Wars. You put it in a Star Wars CD, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I can picture this scene."
Yeah, exactly.
And there are movies where it does that.
You bottle.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you bottle says I scratch more CDs than tapes and vinyl.
Just wait until you see what Hannah wrote.
Yeah, it has. How dare you ruin those big CDs?
All right, we're gonna sidebar on that, are we, Hannah?
We are.
Kim is laughing because she knows this. So hand me it back. So Hannah is
Hand you a bat.
Hannah's probably
Oh, hand that back. Got it. I thought you said
Nice.
bat. I hand you a bat.
1 to 2 years old, and in a drawer, or in a little nightstand, or nightstand, a coffee, whatever, in stand that you have next to your fucking couch.
Oh yeah.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I did it there for once.
Coffee table.
End table.
End
End
table.
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 Anyways, inside
Yes,
the end
word.
table, I had all my LPs, right? that I owned at the time, and this 1 to 2 year old pulls them out, and I'm like, "Oh, you want to see what these are?" So I pulled out one with the record, the actual full record, the vinyl itself, and the first words out of her mouth was "big CD."
CDs.
Daddy, big CD. Yeah, I guess so.
Record. Vinyl. Record.
Well, I mean, I
Record.
didn't have a record player at the time. So she had no idea that all she saw was this big disc thing that was black, but it looked like the smallest. I mean, it wasn't silver like a CD, but still. But then they were also putting labels on, more labels on CDs. I'm sure she saw one of my CDs that had a black label on it, going, "Oh, That's one of those.
She said had to.
I know she had to.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm laughing because you told me that story.
I know. It's a funny story because it's like, Daddy, big CD.
No.
And I couldn't go. No. I mean, because it was funny. Like her mom tried to. I'm like, no. She's right.
Yeah.
Because it made me realize, besides us,
Yeah.
we are, I mean, at this point, I'm thinking records done. They're toast. They're never coming back. And, besides those of us who have them to be able to educate the next generation.
Yeah.
They're not going to know what this medium is.
No, they're not.
But
They're
yeah,
not.
it was, I mean.
Yeah. What we all grew up on, like records and stuff, like you said, we're the ones that's going to have to educate them.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
because parents would always put a record on and you'd listen to it. That would be the music.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. I don't know where that's at, or otherwise I'd pull that one out. But I mean, so like I have an 8-track around here.
yes, he does. We could ask Brynlee what they are. She'll have no idea.
Oh Lord, that's my granddaughter. Yep.
You better start teaching.
She'll know. Actually, she'll know what they are. I think she will know because I mean, her, because of the fact that they come back out.
Yeah, they have.
I think.
Yeah.
With especially like her Hannah's mom or her Brynlee's grandmother, she knows she has them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she's played them in front of her, so she'll know what they are.
Yeah.
It's eventually when this medium goes away again.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I know, Dad. I know what those are. I've seen those.
Yes.
I gotta buy mine.
I have too. In fact, my parents had some, and Mom had this big, huge chest stereo that had a radio, 8-track, and record player in it.
Chest.
My parents' stereo had it. Yeah, I remember.
And you'd lift up the lid, and you could keep it up, and you'd either play a record, an 8-track, or the radio.
And if you're listening to this by Spotify, this is why you want to again come to the live show so you could see the chat.
Yes, exactly.
Our facial expressions to boot.
Oh gosh, am I really sure I want to do this Saturday night?
Yep. I'm gonna enjoy every moment.
Oh, there it is. Move things around, and
that's awesome, Nicholas. Oh, that would
record,
radio tape,
record. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All in one.
There we go.
That's
see, this is called an 8-track.
It is.
Okay, never mind.
Only one I have.
Kiss.
Yep. Casablanca Records.
Yep.
Actually, I think this one is a Columbia House. Oh, maybe it's not.
Video is way better, and
the
chat is a blast. Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Back guitars. Mine was too. Actually, the one I got one for 8th grade. It had a record player on it, and it didn't have exactly record, radio, tape player. Yep. And then that summer, I worked my ass off to get my first CD player.
Mm-hmm.
Spent $300 on it.
Yeah, Kitty still has a few of those 8-tracks laying around.
That's sure you do.
I believe it.
Oh, whoa.
Any laser discs on the...
No.
No.
Okay. So before I sidebar, and we'll get back on topic. So do this last little sidebar here, this last derail moment. No, we actually, our local Goodwill, right before the pandemic in 2019, started getting some laser discs in. And I was looking at it, and I told Kim, I said, those are not records. I pulled it out. I'm like, these are not what we're after.
I've seen that
And
before.
we went up to the register and we found original VHS copy of Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back
Yes.
with the original covers
On them, yeah.
You know, from no. We're talking the original release.
Yeah, they're
on VHS.
I'll just keep this away. This is something.
No, that's special edition. We got it right over there.
yeah, we got it, yeah, over there.
We got so many other copies of Star Wars. It's not even funny.
Yes, we do.
I mean,
Yeah, he even got the yep.
we got copies of Star Wars all over the place.
Yes, we do.
But anyways, I was talking to this kid and that worked there, and they just opened up the ability for the employees to finally start buying stuff there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at one point they had signs up, employees and their families can't buy from them. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that was dumb. And I told her it was dumb too.
Yeah.
But he's like, well, I bought 3 Laserdiscs. I'm like, oh yeah, what's that? He goes, I bought the original trilogy on Laserdisc. And I'm like, smart move. Hold on to them, give it about another 10 years, and then sell them on eBay.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, because the first thing is, those are the last of what is considered the original trilogy in its form.
Yeah.
That we like versus the special editions.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyways, yeah, so yeah. I know I tried to get my parents to buy Laserdisc back in the day, but they wouldn't.
So
I tried. My parents weren't really into technology. My own mother, after I got my CD player, bought my first 2 CDs, right?
Uh-huh.
So what's the difference between the disc and the cassette? And I'm like, what's the difference? So I put in the La Bamba soundtrack. It took forever for the song to start, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can hear the leader go over the tape, right?
Oh yeah.
Put the CD in, boom, 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 and right in the song. I'm like, there's a difference.
Yep.
Plus,
Exactly.
Plus, listen how better this sound is. I don't hear it. There's no difference. I'm like, okay, whatever.
There's a complete difference.
I'm like, okay, so what's the difference between mono and stereo? Stereo's better. I'm like, oh, okay.
But yet, records, vinyl has made a comeback.
Yeah,
Yes.
right? That's what's crazy. I know.
Yes.
I never thought I would see it in my lifetime. Anyways.
Back to the soundtrack. We were discussing the soundtrack.
So
We were really discussing it. Eddie and the Cruisers.
So what's everything about? So what is you ladies' opinion on the soundtrack?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'll be honest. I'd give the soundtrack a higher, like, star level than I would the movie.
Yeah.
If I separate them, oh man, 5 stars, 100% for that soundtrack. Soundtrack's good.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah, I remember Betamax too, Isaac.
Yes, I mean, the soundtrack is it is awesome. So
yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, when I first got it, like I said, I mean, obviously anytime I get a new album, regardless of how old I was, I'd always listen to it front to back. Again, times change, you know, certain songs didn't really grab me at that point. And I mean, it's not, but you know, obviously it's not like when you're watching the movie or even after you got it recorded on VHS tape. It's not like Boardwalk Angel come on and went, ooh, that's word. No, I left it going in the movie, which is funny as hell because it's like, then why skip it? You know,
so
and a lot of times I wouldn't skip it.
What did you think of the soundtrack as a whole?
Oh, first, I mean, when I first got it back in the day, I mean, I loved it. I mean, like I said, I mean, I could skip Boardwalk Angel, but like I said, most of the time I would not. Mainly, I would probably go run out. That's usually when I'd run out, go to the restroom, get a drink, or whatever, or whatnot. But it's still a soundtrack today. I'll listen to front to back. I will put it on and get lost in it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
soundtrack sells.
Yeah, you were talking about that earlier because it was Star Wars.
Yep.
Yes, definitely the soundtrack definitely sold this movie, and it's what helped this movie become a cult classic.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, it's also what helped them make a sequel.
Yeah.
I need to watch just so I can confirm or deny.
Yes, they're flying again.
Lord. Hello, Marine Corps.
Exactly.
Anyways, but no,
Anyways.
I enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, On the Dark Side, Tender Years. There's the remake of Runaway. I mean, that was obviously a remake of that one.
Yeah, Runaway Sue.
Yeah, Runaway Sue. Gosh,
Oh man, yes.
Betty Lou's got a new pair of shoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nicole
just-
Green's got a new pair of shoes. Sorry.
you know, I mean,
Put my own name in there.
come here, LP.
Okay. LP coming right up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because the song list is right here. You know, I mean, like I said, On the Dark Side, Tender Years, Run Around Sue, Down on My Knees, hang up my rock and roll shoes. Those are actually supposed to be like live from the night at the college.
Yes.
Side 2, Wild Summer Nights, Boardwalk Angel. Then you get the Salamano parts where he's, you know, doing his little nightclub thing where Bailey's got a new pair of shoes and those oldies but goodies remind me of you. And then it closes out with the Season in Hell, Fire Sweet.
Yeah.
Which again, it gives you that. I will say it does kind of give you more of a Doors vibe.
Yeah, but
It's more.
I guess as artists, they should be allowed to expand,
right,
and not just stay in the box.
Right.
And
Well, that's
they
one
decide
thing.
how they feel about it.
Well, I mean, I love doing this, talking about this, if you look at like Pyromania and Hysteria, there are two different albums. Obviously, Hysteria had to change because Rick Allen became a one-armed drummer. But when you go from Hysteria to Adrenalize, man, it's the same music. AC/DC for the longest time got stuck in that rut.
Yeah,
they didn't change. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I don't need it over and over and over and over. One thing I will, and that's one thing I probably love about Motley Crue is even in their first 4 albums, they're all different. They got a different style to them. And then, Feel Good is Feel Good. But then after they kick Vince out of the band, 94 album is dark, heavy.
Yes, it is.
In your face. Generation Swine.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into it when we do Motley Crue. But
let's save that for September.
don't worry. I can do a 12-hour show about Motley Crue easily.
Yeah, I know you could, but we'll start in September.
You heard it here first, folks. It's officially out. September, bringing you a lot, and I mean a lot of Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely a lot. Anyways, but
More details to come.
I mean, is there any song? I mean, I guess the main thing is there any song
On the dark side. You don't even have to
you
finish
don't
that
like.
one, and I'm like already dancing.
that you don't like?
Oh,
No, not for me.
no.
Exactly.
No.
I mean, even if you don't like the movie, the soundtrack, it should be
like
there.
See, I
It
like
should be
the movie. I
Why?
love the soundtrack.
Right.
I like the movie. Love the soundtrack.
Exactly.
What I was gonna say is it's one of those soundtracks that should be in your record collection or your tape collection or your CD collection.
Yeah.
Or if it's not, listen to the damn thing on digital.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right
Yes,
now.
and I did do that.
If you listen to it on digital, it ain't as good.
Yeah.
I was dancing. I was definitely dancing. Even when they were making it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm totally like Joanne. Because that's her little cute little moves. I was like, yeah, I usually do that.
we were listening, like I said, we were listening to this earlier, and I just for the heck of it decided to pull up the same album on iTunes digitally, put it through the stereo the same way I was playing a cassette, and play one song that back to back, and we could hear the difference between the digital overcompressed of today's music, the way they do today's stuff, versus the analog recording of the original album. Because I noticed, like in the song Wild Summer Nights, the piano parts are really pulled back in the digital copy where they're not that pulled back on the analog.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the overcompression of the music today has really screwed things up.
It has.
And I think that's why a lot of people are going back for original back for the original analog recordings because they're realizing the music sounded so much better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I've always loved the movie and I always loved the soundtrack. I mean, there's not a day go by that at one point I don't play one of those songs.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
I mean, obviously today it's a little easier.
And confirm.
I mean, I don't do a lot of sit down, listen to a full album anymore.
No.
I should, but a lot of times I'll just, if I boom, feel like in the mood for On the Dark Side, boom, go play it. You know, I mean, that's the one thing. What this era has kind of done is made it easier, is easily just go play a song real quick. You know, but
Ubaldo says, yes, I thought it was just me on the sound. Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that argument before. I didn't know how well it was really truthful because I really never did a side-by-side comparison before until tonight. And I was like, oh, wow. Oh, dang.
Well, see, I didn't even realize it either until you did the comparison because I listened to it digitally, but I didn't.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Don't be blocking me, buddy.
No. Oh, I must have hit the wrong button.
Don't block Nicole.
Block him. Block him.
Don't block Nicole.
I'm not blocking anybody.
Don't you get her in trouble.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't know until, like you said, we listened to the cassette and then you played the digital. And it's like, oh my goodness.
I don't know. You know, the funny thing is like how much we have all this stuff around us, right? You know, we got the analog, all the different analog copies and digital copies and whatnot. And I never thought of doing that before until tonight.
Yeah.
Something just hit me tonight and said, what's the difference between, and maybe it was because I've listened to it so many times, like on, you know, Spotify or on Apple Music, that when we were listening to the cassette, I'm like, wait a minute, this sounds different.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I did it, because something was just triggering me going, something sounds different this time. Why?
Yeah.
You know, but what can we do?
Yep.
Talk about Eddie and the Cruisers.
Eddie and the Cruisers. I mean, if you've not seen the movie,
yes.
Regardless, buy the soundtrack or listen to it on Spotify. And I mean, it's a good album. I mean, it's got great songs, it's got a great vibe. I mean, the order follows the movie, but at the same time, the order of the soundtrack is perfect. It takes you on a ride.
It does. Yeah. It does.
You can go on a cruise with this. Go on a cruise.
Definitely cruise with the
Cruisers. To Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yep, exactly.
Cruise with the Cruises.
Exactly.
See, and that's why I always tell Kim, you know, music wise, I was born in the right generation. Car wise, I need to be back.
Well, yeah, because
yes and no, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I love the older cars.
Oh man,
but,
yeah. Oh yeah, I can't wait even for next week because we will be talking about some of that.
Yes, we will.
Anyways, other than that, I highly recommend watching this movie and listening to the soundtrack. Kim,
I do too. I really highly recommend it.
And Nicole.
Oh, neat. Huh. Okay, 100% listen to the soundtrack. It's amazing. Watch the movie because you just want to make a decision for yourself. And if you're able to get a copy of the book, let me know how you got a copy so I can read it too, or maybe we can share. Because I'd like to have some answers. But yes, it's still a good movie to watch. It's still a good movie. So check it out and decide for yourselves. That's more important.
And remember the old saying, opinions are like assholes. We all have one.
Yes.
And
We
you can be like Eddie Wilson and we need each other, words and music.
Right.
Exactly.
But we get to be louder because we have a show.
Yes, we do.
You know, and that don't mean I want to hear everybody's opinions about the movie.
Yeah.
You know, so shoot us a DM on our socials, or you know, reach out to us through the phone, you know, that voicemail, and you can leave us a voicemail and tell us what you think of the movie.
Yeah, tell us
what you think of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know, tell us we're full of shit. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Or just Or DM Scott specifically. Thanks.
Yeah, just send all those to at Darth Roscom.
No, let's not send ours to him.
No, I'll send them all to Jason Roscom.
No, we won't send ours to him.
Jason, if you're listening to this, Kim and I do not agree to that last statement made by Scott.
All right. Anyways, but next week.
Oh, before we get to next week, I want to
Okay.
replug a few things in real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Friday night, the Red 5 Tavern, we are back open. The dungeons are coming back, and I am actually going to be on it. If you know, I am a character named Kira, and I will be on that. And then, of course, you guys,
Yes. Yeah.
you two are going to be on.
Scarif After Dark, discussing what Disney characters are hot and what Disney characters are not.
Anna and my dad, please close your ears. Should have said that beforehand. That is what's happening on Saturday.
While you're doing that, before we get to next week.
Oh, I'm getting excited. I was getting ready to talk about next week.
Keep everybody entertained for a minute.
Okay, so again, as we were talking about
It's ready. I never do.
I'm sure Kim is so excited for Saturday night. I'm sure Scott is probably nervous as all heck. He's probably like, what's going to happen? I know. I can't wait because it's going to be you guys and Josh and Shanti, and that's going to be beyond hilarious. And that is worth everything and everything. In fact, like, yes, that's Scarif After Dark.
Yes.
And next week, okay, that was high pitch. Sorry.
You're watching what, Hannah?
I am Saturday night. You better watch what you say now, buddy. All right, so Saturday night. Saturday night. Next Tuesday. I'm so excited because you guys haven't seen or think you have not seen the movie I suggested. And I'm so excited because you guys are going to enjoy the muscle cars. You're going to enjoy Mel's Diner. You're going to enjoy great acting. You're going to enjoy Kim is going to enjoy Harrison Ford. And it's just going to be so amazing. And all of the music. American Graffiti. My dad is going to enjoy every moment of this. This is also George Lucas's first movie.
Yes.
I am so excited. Yes, I'm jealous that you have that. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful vinyl. And you'll have to remember to bring that back next week. So I'm excited for next week. Are you guys excited? Are you guys ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Are you ready to hand slightly some of the reins over?
Of course.
Of course.
Always.
You guys better get into your hot rods and be ready because we're going to be cruising.
We
Just
are.
like this week, but a whole new, oh my God.
Yep.
Get ready, Kim. Harrison Ford's hot.
Oh, good.
You did not know that. He's hot.
Oh, good.
However, there's something that kind of happens that might throw you off a little bit and you might be like,
Okay.
but it's really good though. And I'm sure that's probably not what my parents were thinking. I was thinking as a kid. I probably wasn't thinking about that. I probably was thinking about the music and the cars when I was a kid.
Should I break it?
No.
What are you breaking?
Thank you.
Nope.
That's my Switch controller.
Anyways, one other thing for everybody that knows, last year we started a thing in March, and we did this mainly for the whole month of March because it was March Madness, the basketball tournament. Last year we started a thing called March Music Madness, and we're going to do the second annual this year. The only difference is this year we are going to run right around the same time as the tournament does.
Yes.
We are going to start the second week of March.
Yes.
Run it into the first week of April.
Yes, we are.
Your lineup for music for this year's Music Madness is pretty awesome.
It is.
In my opinion.
Yes.
I'm excited.
We're gonna drop it real quick. We're gonna start with Elton John.
Yes, we are.
That's March 14th.
March 14th.
The next week will be me and Dragon Buddy.
Yes.
Boys' night. You just wait for girls' night, man.
Talking suicidal tendencies.
Yes.
The week after that will be
NKOTB.
Yes. Okay, I just feel like us girls just win this prize. Because for 2 weeks, we're going to be nothing but fangirling.
Yes,
And
we are.
Scott's going to be like, dear God. Why did
And the last one, the first week of April, we're going back to the king of rock and roll,
the
Elvis
second in our
Presley.
series?
This
Yes.
time it is
How can the man be
Oh.
passed away? He's a legacy. He's in our dreams. He's in our hopes. He's in our memories. But
Yeah.
yet he's still so darn hot.
but
Oh, yeah.
How?
we're gonna finish off this year with Elvis.
Yep.
Now, just because we started March Music Madness last year was a reason because we weren't doing a lot of music anymore.
No.
Me and Kim were. But now with Nicole being part of the team, we are coming back with a lot more music. And I'm happy for it.
Can we do music?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this is what Use and Abuse was started for originally.
It was.
And we got away from it. And I mean, that's why we are having the remix. And this remix
Ubaldo,
is awesome.
hold on. There will be no bead throwing currently here on the show.
and no flashing
We have
anything.
rentals and children and we'd like to stand you too. However,
Yeah.
I did that Tuesday and I had punchkis
I
this morning.
mean, if this was OnlyFans, I mean, we might go for it. But this is YouTube. We gotta stay.
Yes, we do.
We gotta stay somewhat R-rated.
That's on Saturday night.
Which is funny, right? You're allowed to do R-rated stuff and whatnot on YouTube, but yeah, you start doing that, you can't. They shut you down. It's like, well, wait a minute, you said R-rated. That's it, R-rated, you morons.
Yeah. Yes, but like Nicole said, that's all going to take place Saturday evening on
Good luck to you,
After
Scott.
Dark.
I can't wait.
That is true. Hannah is going to a concert during March Music Madness.
Yes, she is.
She's going up to Boise to see one redhead.
Yes. And I'd love to see this redhead in concert myself.
She's going to see Reba, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
I want to go to Oklahoma just so I can go to her new restaurant.
There
Yeah.
you go. That'd be cool. But yeah.
Food and music.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody that has tickets or that's going with them. Said, oh yeah, I can't go because I'm sick, and her and Mike can fly me up there real quick so I can go. I'll do a live report from the show.
I guess you're going to Salt Lake then, Scott.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to Salt Lake.
He's like, I'll go.
That's fine. Delta Center.
Yeah, it is now going to be the Delta Center. Thank goodness.
I don't care if it was ever called Vivint Arena. It was always Delta Center to me, so
Or-
it did Delta Center forever.
It has.
Anyways, I hate when they rename stadiums.
Yeah, they should never change Comiskey. That is for a whole nother day, though, folks.
Exactly.
Right. Anyways, yeah, but we'll see. That's even better, Hannah. Salt Lake. I mean, I can fly from Phoenix to Salt Lake easily.
Do you know how rich Sidebar Cantina would be if we had to put like even a quarter or a dime for every time we said sidebar?
I know.
Yeah, right.
That would pay for so much Patreon.
Yes, it would.
Well, it looks
Oh,
like
anyways.
Rolando's going with Hannah, so you better get that jump on that one.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so next week, yes, we are talking American Graffiti. Yes, me and Kim have never, as far as we know, we've never seen the full movie.
I think
No.
you guys probably have seen. Okay, go
I
ahead.
know
Sorry.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've caught different stuff. I'm not a fan of when something's on TBS, TNT with commercials. I will not watch it.
Okay.
I refuse to watch movies with commercials on TV.
Yeah.
I hate. I mean, I'm like my father when it comes to when it comes to commercials on TV.
Yes, he is like that.
Regardless if I'm watching the NASCAR race,
Yeah.
IndyCar race,
Or F1.
no, or Formula One don't have commercials in it.
Well, yeah. But still.
Or if I'm watching NFL, MLB, when the minute commercial starts, I'm flipping channels.
Yeah.
I will not stay there.
No, he won't. He will not.
That might be March 25th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Rolando's in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Right on. That's cool.
That is awesome.
We used to live up there. Oh,
I did. Yeah. I lived right.
You lived in Salt Lake.
Yeah, I lived right downtown Salt
I
Lake.
was down in Utah County for a while.
Yeah.
Which is now a little Silicon Valley too.
Yep.
Anyways, American Graffiti next week.
Yes.
Mhm.
Cannot wait.
Same
Me
channel,
neither.
same night, same channel. Or
Yes.
it's not same night. Yeah, Tuesday nights, 8
Tuesday
p.m.
nights.
right here. We're gonna be talking some muscle cars and
Yes.
some great music.
Yes. Yes.
And movie. And
Oh, that
movie.
is messed up.
Oh,
All right.
I told you should get.
Hey.
I said get a jump on that because Rolando going sweeping it. I said
That's
that.
fine.
I did
That's
say
fine.
that.
That's fine because she forgets one little minor detail. I can always change who gets the record collection when I die.
Oh.
Anyways, next week, American Graffiti.
Greedy.
I can't. Me and Kimmy will watch it.
She says, "You know, I love you, LOL."
Yeah, I'm really feeling the love.
Can you
If we
feel the
didn't-
love tonight, Scott?
If we didn't get, the problem is she knows it right now. She's laughing. I mean, I know this and she knows this. If we don't give each other crap,
Oh yeah.
we would think one of us is mad at each other.
You know your grandchildren would it.
You know your grandchildren will ruin it. I can almost hear the voice. Grandchildren ruin it. I can totally hear it.
Yep. Anyways, yes, next week, American Graffiti. So if you've never seen American Graffiti, go find it, get it, watch it.
Yes.
Me and Kim are gonna be watching it for
Oh,
the very
yes.
first time. We think for the first time. I know, like I said, I've caught bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, I have to.
And it has always intrigued my interest. I've just never bought it for some freaking reason, probably because something else came out that time or something I wanted was there, or
Well, for me, I've never really been able to find it. So
all right.
We'll get this taken care of. Y'all
We
will
will.
enjoy it.
yes.
But until next week, we are using views. I'm Scott.
I'm Kim.
I'm Nicole.
And as always, have a great week.
And a great weekend.
Be kind to everyone. And Scott is never ready for the close. This is one thing that obviously will never change. But until next week, have a great night. Peace, everybody.
Peace.